Call to order the Gurnee Village Board regular meeting of September 25th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Garner. O'Brien.
Present.
Balmas.
Present.
Thorstensen. Woodside.
Here.
Ross. Here. 4 present, 2 absent.
I'll stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome everybody tonight. First item is the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. Pat?
Item number 1, approval of the minutes from the September 11, 2023 meeting. Item number 2, approval of issuing a raffle license and waiving the fee and bond requirement for the Warren Newport Public Library. Item number 3, approval of issuing a raffle license and waiving the fee and bond requirement for the Gurnee School District 56 Band Boosters. Item number 4, approval of payroll for period ending September 8, 2023 in the amount of $1,045,734.50. Item number 5, approval of bills for period ending September 25, 2023 in the amount of $2,422,225.78.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Ross. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. On to petitions and communications. The first one is approval of proclamation designated October 13, 2023 as metastatic breast cancer, I can't pronounce that word.
Metastatic.
Awareness, thank you. Day in the village of Gurnee. In October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer among women in the world and the second leading cause of cancer death among women in the United States. More than 1 in 8 women and 1 in 833 men in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Breast cancer occurs when breast cancer spreads to other parts of the body, including the bones, lungs, liver, and brain, and has an average life expectancy of 24 to 36 months. The national organization, MetaViver Research and Support, finds critical stage 4 breast cancer research, educates the public about breast cancer, and aims to increase funding. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of the Village of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 13th to be Breast Cancer Awareness Day in the Village of Gurnee and encourages citizens to join the national effort towards awareness of breast cancer and MetaViver. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee O'Brien, second.
Second.
Second by Trustee Woodside. All in favor, say aye.
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 On to the second item, approval of proclamation designating October 8 through 14, 2023 as Fire Prevention Week in the Village of Gurnee. Since 1922, the National Fire Protection Association has sponsored this public observance of Fire Prevention Week, and in 1925, President Calvin Coolidge proclaimed Fire Prevention Week a national observance, making it the longest-running public health observance in our country. During this week, children and adults are educated how to stay safe in case of a fire. This year's campaign, Cooking Safety Starts With You, Pay Attention to Fire Prevention, works to educate the public about simple but important steps that can take to help reduce the fire when cooking at home, keeping themselves and those around them safe. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of the Village of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 8th through October 14, 2023 to be Fire Prevention Week throughout the Village of Gurnee and encourage all residents to pay attention when cooking at home and take the important steps to reduce the risk of fire, such as keeping a close eye on what you're cooking, clearing the cooking area of combustible items, turning pot handles towards the back of the stove, and creating a kid and pet-free zone of at least 3 feet around the cooking area. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Balmas.
Second.
Second by Trustee Ross. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3, approval of a proclamation designating October 2023 as Crime Prevention Month in the Village of Gurnee. In 1984, a presidential proclamation designated October as National Crime Prevention Month. Since then, the National Crime Prevention Council helps local law enforcement agencies, civic groups, schools, and businesses to spread the word about crime prevention and public safety. Now therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of the Village of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 2023 as Crime Prevention Month throughout the village and urge all citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, and businesses to invest in the power of prevention and work together to make the Village of Gurnee a safer, stronger, and more caring community.
So moved.
Ready? So now therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of the Village of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 23 as Crime Prevention Month. Those in favor, or those, strike that. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Woodside,
Second.
second by Trustee Balmas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks. Last one is approval of proclamation designating October 23, 2023 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the Village of Gurnee. Domestic Violence Awareness Month was launched nationwide in October 1987 as a way to connect and unite individuals and organizations working on domestic violence issues while raising awareness for those issues. Domestic violence is prevalent in every community and affects all people, regardless of age, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, gender, race, religion, or nationality. Physical violence is often accompanied by emotionally abusive and controlling behavior as part of a much larger systematic pattern of dominance and control. Domestic violence can result in a physical injury, psychological trauma, and even death. The devastating consequences of domestic violence can cross generations and last a lifetime. Over the last 30 years, much progress has been made to support domestic violence victims and survivors, to hold abusers accountable, and to create and update legislation to further those goals. Now therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of the Village of Gurnee, in recognition of the important work done by domestic violence programs such as A Safe Place, Lake County Crisis Center, which has provided services to victims of domestic violence in Lake County for over 30 years, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2023 to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the Village of Gurnee, and urge all citizens to participate actively in efforts to eliminate the use of personal and institutional domestic violence. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Motion carries. So out of that, just wanted to thank Fire Prevention for all that you do, recognizing that it's not just this month, but all the months, right? And the same thing for crime prevention. Thank you, chiefs, and thank you for all the work that you do and for the men and women that provide public safety in the Village of Gurnee. Let's see, we have no reports or old business. And on to new business. Approval of ordinance 2023,
63.
granting a special use permit to allow LED tubing outside of the sign area independent of any information conveyed by an allowed sign, and a special use permit to exceed the maximum sign area pursuant to the Gurnee zoning ordinance for 6060 Gurnee Mills Circle East, Texas Roadhouse. Pat?
Sure. So you had a memo from our senior planner, Autrin Fraud, on this. Texas Roadhouse is looking to construct one of its restaurants out in front of the old Toys R Us, and in conjunction with that has two special use permit requirements or requests. The first is to allow 348 feet of white LED tube lighting on three sides of the building. For those that are familiar with the Texas Roadhouse building, this is consistent with those buildings that you've seen. The back of your packet, there's three photos of a current Texas Roadhouse. So again, this is lighting that kind of outlines some of the features of the upper portion of the building. Our sign ordinance, under our sign ordinance, that's a special use permit. And it also translates the way our ordinance reads, that each foot of this LED lighting translates to a square foot of sign area, which leads into the second special use permit request under this first item here. They have two wall signs that they're proposing, each are 103 square feet. The total allowed for the building's 370. Of this, the LED eats up 348 based on our sign code, so they're 554 total. So they're about 184 square feet over. Again, that's mainly due, or it is due to the LED tube lighting. So the second special use permit request is to exceed the permitted amount of signage allowed. So the first one's for the LED tube lighting, which again highlights some portions of the building. Second is to go over what's allowed via the sign ordinance. I was before the Planning and Zoning Board. Just one member of the public had a comment. The owner of the Comfort Inn Hotel, which is to the northeast of the subject site, just commented and expressed concern about potential light from the LED and that impacting his hotel. So following review and discussion by the Planning and Zoning Board, they're forwarding a unanimous favorable recommendation on both special use permit requests.
Is there any discussion? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Balmas, second by trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Aye. Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2, approval of ordinance 2023,
64.
approving agreement for the use of right-of-way between the Village of Gurnee and Vero Fiber Networks. Pat?
Sure. So had a memo from our village engineer, Nick Leach, on this. District 56 hired Vero to install a fiber network to connect 3 of their schools, River Trail, Viking, and Spalding. Obviously, the fiber's got to go someplace, so Vero came to the village requesting permission to use our right-of-ways to install it along Hainer, Earl Plain, Old Grand, Delaney, Sunset, Northwestern, and Florida. So they're licensed under the state. This is what they do. Worked with them as far as separation from our utilities, so they agreed. The directional bore everything between 24 and 36 inches deep and stay 5 feet away from all of our stuff. Engineer Leach worked with Attorney Winter on a right-of-way use agreement. It's before you tonight. It's a 20-year term, pretty standard language as far as right-of-way usage. And as I had on my notes, we'll get a little bit of revenue from telecommunications tax when that's paid. So you may know or remember that we installed some fiber in between some of our facilities up and down on Plain here to connect them. The school's looking to do the same thing. And again, pretty standard procedure as far as the right-of-way use agreement.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Balmas, second by trustee Ross. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Ross.
I just
Right.
have something to say, though.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
This man drove all the way up from Litchfield. Maybe we should ask a question.
Please step up to the microphone and state your name. Thanks, trustee Ross. I appreciate that.
Not used to a microphone, but my name is Neil Bryan. I'm here with Diane. We're both from Vero. We just come to answer any questions in case anything came up. As you stated, it's pretty typical for us and the permitting, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them
So when do you plan on starting the work?
as soon as possible. Now, if you sign this, we'll start immediately, so
All right. Well, tonight,
we'd really like to get
we'll
it.
see you outside with a headlamp on and we'll know you're serious. So,
I've got it in the Jeep if you need it.
well, thank you for coming out. So, I don't
Absolutely.
think there's any questions from anybody. No?
Okay, very good. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. All right. Item number 3.
I already did it.
Oh, for the vote on that. Oh, wasn't there a vote on?
Did you do voice vote?
Yeah.
Or roll call?
I
We
roll
did.
called.
Did you call?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You were giving me a look like you didn't.
I know, I'm.
Oh, okay.
That was about something else.
Okay, must have been.
Item number 3, approval of ordinance 2023,
65.
authorizing a permanent utility easement agreement for Hunt Club Road improvements on property owned by Gurnee Park District.
Sure.
Yeah.
So a memo from our Public Works Director, Heather Galan, and Village Engineer Nick Leach on this. So this, again, relates to the Hunt Club Road, Washington Street Improvement Project. We're looking to extend some water main along Hunt Club Road where we don't have water main currently installed. So we've got a gap in our system from Foxworth south down to Lockwood on the west side of the road. So you've got some facilities along there that it would be good to have some redundancy as well as to eliminate a couple dead ends. So in order to do this, needs someplace to put it. Obviously want to keep it off the roadway as far as possible. So we touch base with the Park District as far as obtaining a permanent easement from them to allow that installation in there. They were amenable to it, had a couple requests related to it. They wanted a T installed next to their property, and then they also requested that the connection fees, permit fees, frontage fees normally associated with water service connections be waived. Again, it's a benefit for us because it's resulting in some redundancy in our system, getting rid of some dead ends. The fees related to it that they requested to be waived are approximately $10,000. So from a staff's perspective, the benefit outweighs the cost of those permit fees. So staff is good with the easement agreement. Again, Attorney Winter worked on this with staff to get this in good shape. Park District's reviewed it. They're amenable to it, so it's before you for consideration.
Are there any questions or discussion to my left or my right? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien. Second by trustee Woodside. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. Item number 4, approval of ordinance 2023,
66.
approving an equipment loan with Gurnee Community Bank for a term of 60 months and an amount not to exceed $83,708. Bittersweet Golf Course Toro Groundmaster 4500 mower with leaf mulching kit, Sourcewell contract 58900. Pat.
Sure. So memo from our finance director, Brian Gosnell, on this. So this is pretty typical. Every couple of years, Bittersweet comes forward with a request for some equipment. Typically, it's either a lease or purchase or a loan agreement. We worked with Gurnee Community Bank in the past. Had good luck with them. This time, it is a Toro mower, so I included some information on that mower because obviously this isn't your run-of-the-mill standard mower that you use at your house. So pretty big, sophisticated piece of equipment. Brad Anderson, the ground superintendent out there, was actually able to find a demo unit, so has a little bit of hours on it, but at a cheaper cost. He's more than satisfied with the unit. So again, Brian worked with Gurnee Community Bank. So technically, the golf course is ours. This will be our piece of equipment. But like in the past, the golf course makes all the payments on it. So we haven't had any issues in the past on that. Golf course has been doing good out there, so they're able to swing it from a cash flow perspective. So it is before you for consideration. So 60-month loan, 5.1%. And again, this is typical of what the course has done in the past and been able to handle.
Any questions or comments? Trustee O'Brien?
I just have one. I know all the ownership stuff, but what? So this is a 5-year lease. Bittersweet pays it or Golf Vision pays it?
Golf Visions manages the course. Revenue from the course is paid to the loan.
Did we just sign a new contract with GV?
With Golf Visions, yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Just thinking,
So-
as long as they're around for 5.
Yeah, I mean, if Golf Visions went away within the 5-year period, whoever we brought on would be told that the course is responsible to make these payments.
Thank
So
you.
it's not, it's coming out of course from the revenue. Golf Visions is the manager, so it's not Golf Visions' revenue, it's our money.
Thank you.
And we'll see later this year, Golf Visions will come in and provide a report, and by all reports, the golf course is doing excellent. So they're quite pleased with their revenue and their number of rounds out there, so looks good.
Super. Thank you. Second.
Second.
Motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Dane. Item number 5, approval of request from Public Works Department to waive formal bidding requirements and utilize the Ohio Department of Transportation Contract 13523 to purchase a Kimco KC2475 SSE 75-foot stainless steel electric-powered conveyor at a cost of $116,472.05.
Sure. So a memo from our Public Works Director, Heather Galan, on this. So you will remember we had money in the budget to replace the outdoor material storage bins, put $200,000 in. Worked with a consultant. They thought it would come in around $300,000. Got bids. It came in at $800,000. So that project got scrapped. $200,000 still in the budget. So Heather looked at some items that she was planning on next year, moved them to this year since the material storage bins won't be happening. So again, there's a couple pictures in your packet of the salt dome and how we currently load it. So semi shows up, dumps the salt on the ground. We use one of the loaders to load it into the salt dome, and then at some point, they make a ramp out of the salt and scoop by scoop, drive up that ramp and dump it in the dome. So it's not the safest process. It's pretty time consuming. Obviously, it's wear and tear on the loaders, which are expensive pieces of equipment. So they've been throwing around the idea of a conveyor for a while. I did some research on it, actually went over and visited Waukegan. They've got a conveyor. We've actually brought in a conveyor in the past, rented one when we could find one to load the dome. A much quicker process, obviously much safer. But they went and visited Waukegan, took a look at theirs, liked what they saw. They looked to see if that unit was available via the state bid. It wasn't because it was a power takeoff powered unit. What we're looking for is an electric powered unit. So while it wasn't available under State of Illinois purchasing contract, they did find it under the Ohio Department of Transportation that just went through and spec'd and bid these units in June of 2023, so it's fresh pricing. The department's requesting to move forward with this unit. Again, 75-foot stainless steel electric powered at a cost of just over $116,000 through that contract. Get the order in quickly, may be able to have it before the snow starts to fly. So
You heard it here first, right? Before the snow flies?
maybe, I said maybe. Last year we had snow in October, so.
Any questions or comments?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by trustee Balmas. Second by trustee Woodside. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Ross. 4 ayes.
Motion carries. Item number 6, approval of request from Public Works Department to waive formal building requirements and award replacement of 6 exterior doors and frames and removal of 1 door to the low bidder, J.J. Henderson, at the cost of $48,243.
Sure. So another memo from Heather on this. So again, this was a project that was slated for next year. It was replacement of doors at the new Public Works, or the current Public Works building, the main garage, and then the old building. So again, when you see the price and you hear doors, I mean, these are heavy-duty stainless steel doors. It's the doors, it's the frame. There's some conduit that needs to be run. There's 1 door opening that needs to be bricked up, so there's masonry work. So again, this isn't what you do around your household. They reached out to 3 contractors in the area that are capable of doing the work. 2 responded. J.J. Henderson was the low bidder at just a little over $48,000. Again, there's pictures in your packet, so you can see a lot of the door frames are rusted. They're not weather tight anymore. We've had some little critters get through some of them and run around. So it's something that needs to be done. The old Public Works building is from the 70s. The new building is 23 years old. So again, I mean, they're exposed to the elements and such, and they don't last forever. So with the outdoor material bin project being scrapped, there's still some money left over from the conveyor approval that the board just approved. So Heather's looking to move forward to get these doors replaced.
Any discussion?
Make a motion. Oh.
Motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee Balmas. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Ross. 4 ayes.
Motion carries. Approval of request from, item number 7, approval of request from Fire Department to waive formal bidding requirements and utilize the HGAC by ambulance contract number AM20XA09 to purchase a road rescue ambulance, including Stryker Power Load Patient Lift System from Fire Service, Inc., at the cost of $362,435. Pat?
Sure. So Chief Kavanaugh, you remember, just presented at our last village board meeting about the call increases, patient contact increases, and utilizing a 6 ambulance. The consensus from the village board was that was a good idea and to move forward with it. So this is that ambulance. So HGAC Buy is who we've used for multiple pieces of equipment. It's a national cooperative purchasing group. And then Fire Service Inc. is who we use for our ambulances. So this will be similar to previous units, have the power load in the back. It's a 26-month lead time, like we talked about at the last meeting. So again, with where the mileage is on our current ambulances and where they're at in the schedule, want to get this order placed. And then 2 years from now, when it shows up, we'll let everybody know. So
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien, second by trustee Balmas. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Woodside. Aye. Ross. 4 aye.
Motion carries. On to the last item, public comment. If there's anybody that would like to make a public comment, you may step up to the microphone and state your name. There being none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion by trustee Balmas, second by trustee O'Brien. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Have a nice trip.